Hello and welcome to another rant. My name is Henning Pauli for the subtitles. You are on the HP42 channel. I hope you're having a great day. Is what Perfecto de Castro would say. I need a line. Suggest lines. Today I want to talk about John Mayer and the ridiculousness of chasing John Mayer tone. Why do I want to talk about that? Well, because I listened to a John Mayer song. A little bit older one, I think, from Continuum or maybe Battle Studies. And I realized what y'all chasing and that a lot of people are chasing the wrong thing and you don't quite understand. I mean, I'm saying in general, the guitar player that's chasing John Mayer tone doesn't quite understand why they like John Mayer. Everyone thinks it's because of the amazing tone and you have to have the dumble with the clon and it needs to be the real clon. So please spend $10,000 on the pedal and get an official dumble or... This is so ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. Why do people like John Mayer? Because of the tone? It is a great guitar tone. What is great about the guitar tone is that it's simple, that it's innocent. There's nothing special about it, I think, personally. Oh, before we talk about nothing special about it. The Fellowship of Acoustics is sponsoring this video. The Fellowship of Acoustics is a company in the Netherlands that have a beautiful house in a small town in the Netherlands right across the German border that cater to people wanting to buy nicer instruments. The slogan is life's too short to play a shitty guitar, which is pretty damn funny and true. And a good guitar can be in a lower price range. They start around maybe $1,000, so not budget friendly, but that's where they start, and they go up to ridiculous. They sent me this beautiful Novo Ceres J. What a dream guitar. Review and unboxing here on the channel. Unboxing's already out. They are the premier Novo dealer in Europe. They've got an amazing selection. They also have, PRS, Fender Custom Shop, Mayonnaise, all these more high-end brands. Obviously anything you can imagine in the acoustic world. It's an absolutely beautiful location away from the big cities where you can go, have a cup of coffee, shoot the shit about guitars, play guitars that you would not get your hands on otherwise through good amps, and really find out what is it that you want. It's the kind of experience that we would all want from a custom shop. And I'm going there myself to check out the shop and do some videos there for you. So thank you so much, it's tough to say, the Fellowship of Acoustics for sponsoring this video. So, John Mayer is simple. It's innocent. It's really just a clean tone, a little bit of drive. Why do we like it? It's because John Mayer is simple. That is it. When you listen to the rhythm part, simple. Not simple because, I could play that, but the innocence and simplicity of what he does is what draws us to John Mayer. It's light. It's breezy. Nothing is forced. The soloing, he plays 3 notes with the right bend at the right second, at the right position. He doesn't do a lot, but he does that extremely well. And when you don't do a lot, you need to have a solid guitar tone. The notes need to be there, they need to stand, they need to sustain. I get that. But it isn't John Mayer's guitar tone what makes him special. It is the ability to pull back and play simple. Now, when you take John Mayer's guitar tone into your playing, it isn't going to sound like John Mayer. You're going to have to go and play extremely simple and play just the right notes at the right time and no more than that. You're going to have to play these rhythm parts that are not trying to show off. You have to play these rhythm parts that are breathing, that let space reign. Then you got John Mayer. And you can do that without a clone, without the Keeley boost, without a dumble. I don't quite get the fascination of a dumble. It's a good amp. I have very, very, very high-end facsimiles like the Amplified Nation Bombshell Overdrive. absolutely amazing. Do I sound like John Mayer through that? No, because John Mayer isn't in the tone. Now, of course, having a Strat helps. Having a good Strat helps. Why? Well, because a good Strat will have a thicker tone, but still single coil. It will sustain longer. When I got my McMull S Classic, I realized, that's where the trick is. John Mayer just has a good Strat, not a cheap one. Anything else comes from playing the right notes. I heard John Mayer at Berkeley playing through a Hot Rod 50, Hot Rod combo amp from Fender, $600. Well, back in the day it was $600. Now it's a bit more. Playing a Strat, and he sounded exactly immediately like John Mayer. Now you could get, no sponsorship by the way, but still good, the Neural John Mayer plugin. I got it. Neural gave me a code for it. I tried it. It's good. It sounds fantastic. There's a million presets by many people who do their own thing with it, and it always sounds fantastic. Yes, great cleans, great edge of breakup, decent effects, all good. Anything special, anything where we say, that's the John Mayer tone. No, these are all just good cleans and good edge of breakup drive sounds. They don't make John Mayer. They don't. What he plays makes John Mayer. It's his tonal choice. And most importantly, his choice to not play a lot. To have a good sound that can fill, but that's really nothing special if you ask me. But that sound is there to make him able to play little, small things. High up on the squiggly middly fretboard, little things that ring. Make every note count, make every note say something. Right? That's the trick to John Mayer. Yeah, he's got the thing with the that's a little bit complicated to play, but it's also possible to pull off. He's an amazing guitar player, yes. There's nothing about it, but with all this amazingity, he's so good that he knows that he doesn't have to show it. And that's the biggest lesson to take away from John Mayer. Good music is not complicated. Quite the opposite. Less is more. Insert Malmsteen right here. How can this be? John Mayer just knows how to play very little and say a lot with it. And a lot of people in the gear community want to make this all about the dumbbells and the PRS amp, and you have to have a Silver Sky or a Strat or whatever. No. Try to play a simple, clean riff. Very simple, but beautiful chords, outlining it, but simple, groovy. He can play that and no other accompaniment and survive and have a song. And then you play a maximum of, let's say, 4 notes, and you work with those. And you just make those notes sing and say something. Can you do that with a Tube Screamer? Yes. Can you do that with a Mad Professor Sweet Honey? Yes. Can you do that with some kind of Chinese knockoff overdrive? Absolutely. Can you do that with a Friedman BE? Yeah, we should turn it down. Can you do that only with a clean sound? Can you do that with an Imperial? Absolutely. Can you do that? I'm looking at the Imperial on the table. Can you do that with a Dumble? Yeah. Do you need a Dumble? Absolutely not. We have to realize that a lot of stuff that you like because of the notes, not because of the sounds. There's some stuff that sound-wise is completely shit, especially older recordings. And you love it. It defined you as a musician, even though it sounded completely like shit. So chasing the sound to achieve that in your music, I think is completely wrong. You got to chase the notes. You got to chase the arrangement. You got to chase the music, not the sound. Says the guy who's trying to sell you shit to buy so that I get paid by companies to sell you stuff. But what I'm saying right now is all you need is the right notes. Could you maybe sometimes also just buy something to be nice and use my links? Could you? No, it's the notes. So I'm thinking this whole tone chasing ridiculousness, or, you play Pink Floyd and it has to be a high watt. Otherwise you can't get the Gilmour sound. It's a fucking clean sound with a bit of fuzz or a bit of this scientific approach to what made the sound. You can get there many ways, but it is the notes that make you fall in love with it. So chase the notes, not the gear. But also please use my links to buy some gear. Animals at the end.